You're listening to New England Real Estate Journal Radio with Rick Kaplan, New England source for commercial real estate news. This is New England Real Estate Journal Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
Welcome to the New England Real Estate Journal Radio Show. I'm Rick Kaplan, and today we're at the Boston Harbor Hotel in Boston, Mass. And we're with the Greater Boston Real Estate Board and their uaspire program. The Greater Boston Real Estate Board Foundation Scholarship Leadership Breakfast is today. And basically, the real estate community would like to help make college more affordable to deserving high school students. And today they're honoring Robert Beal, the president of Related Beal, with the uaspire Visionary Award, and Kevin Phelan, co-chairman of Colliers International, a uaspire First One Award. And we'll be interviewing some of the recipients of some of the scholarships and some of the people that are involved in the uaspire program, and as well as the Greater Boston Real Estate Board. And we'll be right back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio.
The next level in commercial real estate. This is New England Real Estate Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
Commercial real estate can be a risky endeavor if you don't have all the information you need to make an educated decision. Why spend time digging for data when CompStack provides investors, lenders, and landlords accurate lease comps for office, industrial, and retail properties, starting rents, concessions, and more in just a few clicks? The world's largest investors and lenders use CompStack to benchmark their properties and underwrite their deals. Shouldn't you? CompStack. Better data, better deals. Visit getleasecomps.com today.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan. I have sitting next to me is Mahmoud Malahai, and he's the co-president. And Mr. Malahai joined Leggett McCall Properties in 1983, where he has been instrumental in the completion of numerous development projects with an aggregated market value in excess of $1 billion. And he currently acts as co-president of the firm and serves on an executive committee. Good morning.
Good morning.
And then next to Mahmoud is Gregory Vassell, and he is the president and CEO of the Greater Boston Real Estate Board. He's a graduate of Tufts University, Suffolk University Law School, and the Boston University Real Estate Finance Program. He practiced environmental law for over 15 years and an extensive experience in environmental crime, policy, and regulatory matters. As CEO of the Greater Boston Real Estate Board, he is responsible for the largest real estate trade association in New England for over 9,000 members. Greg is currently an instructor in the real estate program at Boston University. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning.
And today we're here with the Greater Boston Real Estate Board Foundation Scholarship Leadership Breakfast, and they're in partners with uaspire. And we gave away some scholarships money today, huh?
We did. We gave away scholarships to about 25 kids this year. And one of the things that's really important for the real estate board, and Mahmoud knows this as past chairman of the board, the real estate board was founded in 1889, so it has been in existence for over 125 years. And our founders believed that it was important to give back to the community. The scholarship began about 4 years ago with the intent of a way that we can give back to the community, and hopefully, working with uaspire, our partner, identify young people that we can help that have an interest in, first of all, education, but second of all, the ability for them to be exposed to real estate as a potential career.
So the uaspire is basically just looking to reach out to the younger community, make them more aware of that the commercial real estate, or real estate in general, is a great career move for them.
Well, uaspire is an amazing organization. They're in all the Boston public schools. They're expanding now across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and actually across the country into San Francisco, California area, and as well as the Florida area. What they do is provide assistance for students that are trying to figure out how to pay for college. So, you know, that kid that doesn't understand all the financial forms that need to be filled out, maybe a kid from an immigrant family whose parents don't speak English, but they're there as a resource for students to help them understand how to pay for college. With us working with them, we started our scholarship program with the idea that education would be the key. Now we'd like to broaden it to include real estate as a potential career, because we realize that there's a real lack of diversity in the industry. Some parts of the country may not see it as much, but we see it here in the Boston area, and it's a problem we'd like to address.
Oh, that's interesting, because I mean, my first thought when I heard of uaspire was that it was just a local program, but you're saying it's a national program.
It was started in 1985 here in Boston, but now has grown nationally.
And it's not strictly for commercial real estate, but you want to put that component into it.
What it is financial aid for colleges. What we're trying to do is offer kids a career path through real estate in conjunction with our scholarship program.
Oh, that's fantastic. So that's where Mahmoud would come in, because now you obviously, you would love to find younger people coming into the industry. You want to bring them into your company or companies similar to yours so they can learn the whole industry, pretty much.
Absolutely. The program resonates to me and to my colleagues on multiple levels. First of all, the fact that it provides the opportunity of college education to high school kids is attractive. But secondly, for our own selfish interest, one of the things we need is to attract good young talent. And we are constantly looking for that in the market. And the vision behind the partnership between GBREB and uaspire is to actually farm that talent from the local community, to introduce high school kids to the opportunities that are available in the real estate industry, which are very broad and diverse. They range from design to construction to property management to finance, and just to open the eyes of the high school students as to the breadth of this industry, provide them with summer internship programs so they can get exposed to it, and hopefully not just inspire them to go through college, but also look to the real estate industry as a potential employer. We feel it's doing well by doing good.
Well, now, has there been an issue that younger people have not had the interest in the commercial real estate or real estate in general?
Frankly, I think it's just letting more of them know about real estate. Most people think about real estate as an industry only through the way they get exposed to it. Like if they have someone in the family who sells homes, they think of real estate as selling homes. Or if they have a family member who's in the construction industry, they think of real estate as construction. It is a very broad and diverse industry. It ranges, as I mentioned, from marketing to finance to permitting and entitlement to community relations to design to construction. So having the high school kids understand the breadth of the industry and the kinds of opportunities that are available to them if they look at the industry is what we want to expose them to.
Because I know in the construction industry they're having a similar, well, they're having a more of a drastic problem than I assume that the commercial real estate or real estate in general is having. They're trying to get young people to come into the industry because young people aren't seeing it as much growing up, because a lot of their parents have gone to college and have a professional career. They haven't gone into the trades. So fewer and fewer younger people are seeing, growing up in the trade industry. And they have taken out of the school system the home economics, the shops that they used to have. So they don't see any of this anymore. So they don't look at this as a career path in construction. But in commercial real estate, you do see it quite frequently, but most kids, I think, probably see residential and brokers mainly. There's other avenues that they can go besides that being a broker, of course. And actually, Greg, you've had quite a few different avenues that you've traveled in the industry.
No, I have, and it's interesting because I always tell the kids that we are in contact with, sometimes you never know where you may end up. And real estate is incredibly diverse. I'll give you a perfect example. We were working with some students from the O'Brien High School in Boston. And we took them on a tour of 75 State Street, which is owned by Brookfield Office Properties. They had absolutely no idea what careers were potentially open to them just in taking a tour of a tower. They thought of the security guard as just somebody in a uniform at the desk, but they didn't realize there was a whole system of security involved in a tower like that. They had no ideas that there were engineers in the heating and cooling system and oversight and leasing. It was all new to them. So we walked out of there with 15 kids that were like, wow, I never had any idea. You know, they met our property manager for that property was a very young woman who was very good at the job she does. And one of the students said to me, she's so young. And I said, well, in this industry, if you're good, you can be elevated pretty quickly and you can do pretty well financially.
Well, that's a good point, because I don't think there's any other industry, except maybe in the tech industry, but you have a lot of young people that are going into that you could advance so quickly.
Frankly, even in the example you mentioned about construction, you focused on the trades, which is a very important part of the construction industry. But construction itself, which is just a subset of real estate, has a lot of highly technical aspects. Right these days, when you build a building, you first build it in the computer.
Right.
You put it through a CAD/CAM system and a BIM model. You essentially build it on a computer several times so that you understand all the glitches you're going to run into, so that when you are actually building it in the field, you have worked those glitches out. So even in the construction industry, there is a lot of high technology needed to do what we do more effectively. So for kids to
Right.
get
I think you're
exposed to
right.
all those aspects, whether it's construction or design or finance or marketing, you won't know about it until you get exposed to it.
Right, and we've talked to many construction companies, and giving us some of the details of their issues, and one of the things that we have determined, the young people don't find, and I hate to use this term, sexy, but commercial real estate can be very sexy. It's a very professional type of industry where I don't know how kids perceive it otherwise.
I will just go back to the question. As an example, I have a master's degree in construction management from Stanford University. I got it 32 years ago. I would be rendered obsolete in the construction world today. I cannot, unless I go to people who are 30 years younger than me or 20 years younger than me,
Right.
I cannot operate the technology behind the construction today. And I have a master's degree from Stanford.
Right.
So to the extent you think of this industry as sexy or not sexy, frankly, every aspect of the industry is permeated with technology, and you've got to be able to build it faster and cheaper and smarter. You've got to be able to design it faster, cheaper. So we need the young people who are much more facile with technology, much more innovative, to come to the industry and help us move the industry forward.
Now, one of the other questions I'm sure people or students that are in college or in high school are probably thinking, do a lot of colleges offer programs for commercial real estate or real estate in general and different aspects of it? I know engineering is a popular one, architect is another, but you don't hear of people going in for commercial real estate or just construction management or something on that idea.
There are programs. MIT has a real estate program. MIT also has a construction management program. There are many schools that have them, but frankly, the nature of the industry is more an apprenticeship business. And when you talk to people who are leaders in the industry, they've come at it from very different paths. Some were brokers who became real estate experts. Some were financiers who became real estate experts. Some were builders, whether in the trades or as managers. So there is no one path. to a leadership position, whether it's commercial real estate or hotels or residential apartments or storage companies or data processing centers. These are all fundamentally real estate, but they have many different product types in it.
You know, it's because I'm glad you said that, because I don't think I'm saying it properly, commercial or residential real estate, because you're right, there are so many different avenues in this, and someone could come into this from right out of college and they could think they're going in this path, and there's so many different paths they can take that might be even more interesting. But there's a starting point, I think, once they graduate. And we'll find out when the younger people from that got some of the scholarships tell us a little bit how they want to use some of the knowledge they learned from uaspire, and gentlemen like you and Greg. I mean, you were inspirations for these young people, and to put on programs like this is a phenomenal thing for people that are really not sure on the path they want to take. At 18 years old, I'm not sure I knew what path I wanted to take either, and I'm sure a lot of us are in that same boat. Yeah, so, but I mean, it's interesting. Nowadays, there are, companies that are getting involved, associations that are getting involved to help them make those decisions. And I appreciate it. I'm sure so a lot of our listeners appreciate it as well. And I'm sitting here with Mahmoud Malihi. Malihi. Oh, well, I was very close.
Close.
I was very close. And Greg Vassell, and Mahmoud is the co-president of Leggett McCall Properties, and Greg Vassell is the president and CEO of the Greater Boston Real Estate Board. And we'll be right back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio.
Rick Kaplan and Eric Wilson, right here on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
Are you living in a condo or co-op? Do you have difficulty receiving deliveries from UPS, FedEx, or your pharmacy when you're not home? Well, there's a solution. Video Doorman. It's a security system with live on-call operators for condos and co-ops that receives packages when you're out, stores them in a safe package room, and then notifies you about your delivery. They can even handle dry cleaning, pickup, and delivery. But there's more. If you come home late at night and don't feel safe, just press the Video Doorman key fob, and the Video Doorman operator will greet you by name and escort you right up to your floor. He can see you and speak to you and handle any potential problem. And Video Doorman costs only about $1 a day. Call Video Doorman at 888-697-3630 or visit videodoorman.com to receive a free building evaluation. That number again is 888-697-3630. Call now, feel safer, and never miss a delivery again.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan, and I have sitting next to me is Adam Rinke and Marvin Valdez. And Adam is a program director for uaspire, and Marvin is also is a recipient. Actually, you got the scholarship today.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So before we get to you, and I know you're the star today, but I want to talk to Adam and ask Adam, so you're a program director, so you're helping a lot of the students that get involved in this program.
Correct, yeah. So uaspire is a nonprofit organization, as Greg had mentioned, focused on breaking down college affordability, barriers that young people face. Here in Boston, we work in over 30 high schools, helping to kind of shepherd thousands of seniors through the entire financial aid and college affordability process. It's a very kind of complex, lots of forms, lots of numbers, and we put trained financial aid advisors right into the high schools to help students right where they're at, and help them on this one specific part of the college continuum.
Now, how many students do you normally work with?
Across Boston, we'll see over 2,500 seniors this year.
2,500?
And across the state, 11,000.
So you're not the only one out there.
No. I've got an unbelievable team of folks that are are on the ground every single day working with students and our school partners.
Oh, that's fantastic. So when you work with a student, let me just, can you go through some of the steps that you will bring them through?
Sure. As I'd mentioned, we focus just on the college affordability and financial aid. We feel the money is the number one issue young people do not go, and the number one reason they don't persist in college. So we first and foremost we're focusing on that affordability angle. We teach them about grants. We teach them about loans. We help them apply for their financial aid forms, which can have hundreds of questions involving dozens of tax documents and really navigating a complex system to secure that financial aid. And it kind of culminates near the end of the school year where we help students make an informed financial choice. We want to make sure that the student knows exactly how much they're going to, if they have to borrow, what they'll have to pay back. If there's a gap, what their bill might be over the summer. So we really want to make sure they make an informed decision, and we're there every step of the way.
Now, you work with the Greater Boston Real Estate Board, and so you connect some of the students with the board?
Correct. We're actually on the ground, like as I'd mentioned, in over 30 high schools in the city, and we help students apply for the scholarship. We look and review their applications in conjunction with the board of the Greater Boston Real Estate, and make recommendations, and help those students get to the end of the process so they can be awarded.
Well, it's fantastic. Now we're going to get to Marvin. So now you have a scholarship.
Yes.
Now you're from high school. Right?
Yes, I'm from Matt's Charter Public High School in Boston.
Okay, and now you're going to a college?
I'm going to study at Columbia University.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
So now we know why you're going to use your scholarship.
Exactly.
Well, where you're going to use your scholarship money. Now, what path are you looking to take with that scholarship money? So
at Columbia University, there's a minimum student contribution that every student, regardless of their financial situation, they have to pay. And I'm planning on using the scholarship money from the GBREB foundations to pay off that scholarship, because otherwise, a lot of students, there are a lot of internships that students take over the summer in regards to what they want to experience in certain jobs that they want to take in the future. And if I wouldn't be able to take that internship and work at the same time, so I'm planning on using that scholarship to pay off the student contribution that I'm supposed to pay for Columbia in order to gain the experience by obtaining internships throughout the summer and not have to worry about the amount that I have to pay.
Okay. That sounds good to me. As long as it sounds good to everyone else, it sounds good to me. So what path are you looking to, what are you looking to study?
I'm looking to study political science right now, and I'm hoping to, when I graduate in 4 years, to possibly working for a government agency or a nonprofit, but I haven't fully decided on what I want to work in, and I'm just waiting to gain some more experience in college to sort of solidify the actual career path that I want to take on.
So you're looking to be a politician?
Not exactly a politician.
Because I sense that you have a little bit of politician in you.
Really? Yeah. No, I'm actually, I don't want to necessarily get into politics, but I want to be the person behind the scenes making certain decisions, and may possibly working for like the UN and being involved in foreign policy. I don't want to be that much in the domestic affairs, but maybe in the foreign affairs.
Now, when you were thinking about college,
Mm-hmm.
you're in high school, where did you go out to seek uaspire and the Greater Boston Real Estate Board, or did they find you?
I was blessed enough that they actually came to me, because my school is partnered with uaspire, and they help us out with filling out all the financial aid forms. Actually, I remember the day that Adam, he came to my school one night on a weeknight, and it was after school, and he helped me fill out every single question on the FAFSA, and this application you need to apply for financial aid. And he helped me. Like I had no idea what I was doing, and without his help, I wouldn't have been able to fill that out.
Well, I have a son that's he's in his last year of college, and I know what the paperwork is like. Unfortunately, I didn't have someone like Adam to help me with it. I had to pay someone to do all that. But, I can understand that is a very difficult part of going to college. especially if you don't have someone to help you with it, because there's so much involved with it. And there are opportunities out there for students if they want to take the time and they have the interest to find out about them.
Sure. I mean, just a misplaced digit on the form can cost a student tens of thousands of dollars. If you think about, if you put 3 zeros instead of 2 zeros, all of a sudden the college won't give you any money because it looks like you make $100,000 and not $10,000. So just one small error can literally change the trajectory of a student going to college.
Right, and then once you make that mistake, then you have to go through appeals process, and then they have to change everything.
Yeah, and money might be gone by then.
Right, and then you might not have the opportunity.
And to add on to that too, the questions that they ask you are like they're questions that I myself won't know. And without Adam's help, I wouldn't have gotten the forms, because I asked my parents for all the forms, and he told me exactly what forms I needed to get from them. And I told them, oh, get me this and that. And they gave them to me. And then I would bring those to Adam, and we worked on that FAFSA, and we were able to fill out the whole thing.
So do you think without Adam's help, you would have never been able to get into Columbia?
I think that he definitely made it achievable. I think he definitely provided me the tools to be able to actually even to apply, and because the Columbia's cost of attendance is extremely high, and he definitely showed me that even though that number is something that I won't be able to pay, that I can still go to that school.
Well, I'll say Marvin did 99.9% of the heavy lifting by academically being able to get into Columbia, one of the most competitive institutions in the world, and I was just happy to be able to play a very small part in helping to navigate a complex form.
Well, you think it might be small, but I'm sure Marvin thinks it's tremendous.
Definitely.
So now if you had to, let's say, mentor a high school kid or even inspire a high school kid to want to go to college, and I'm sure you probably met or you went to school with a lot of kids that really, I'm not really interested in going to college, or I don't know what I want to do. What would you say to them?
I would start off by saying that don't let the price tag of going to college stop you from going, because it's definitely achievable, and it's definite. There are schools out there that if you get in, they'll do everything that they can to make sure that you're on campus, and just not letting things like financial aid forms, all these different applications that you have to fill out, and going through all this red tape, don't let that stop you from going, because you've come this far and you've worked hard enough to be able to gain access to these institutions.
And he says he doesn't want to be a politician. Look at that.
He's got my vote.
That's right. Well, I appreciate you doing what you're doing, Adam. And Marvin, I can say, very, very inspirational.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best, and congratulations on your scholarship.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Marvin.
Thanks, Adam.
And that was Marvin Valdez
Yes.
and Adam Reinke.
Perfect.
And we'll be right back on New England Real Estate.
Rick Kaplan and Eric Wilson, right here on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan, and we're here at the Boston Harbor Hotel, and we were with the Greater Boston Real Estate Board Foundation Scholarship, and they're partnered with uaspire, and we're giving away some of their scholarship money and honoring some of their people, some of the people that have been involved in the committee. One of the things that they brought up is that they are aspiring young people to go to college and pursue careers in commercial real estate or real estate in general, and other avenues related to the real estate industry. But it's a very interesting program, and if you'd like to find out more information, you can contact the Greater Boston Real Estate Board, and I'm sure they would be more than happy to give you the information on uaspire. I want to thank some of our guests. We want to thank Greg Bassel, he is the president and the CEO of the Greater Boston Real Estate Board, and also Mahmoud Malahai, and he is the co-president of Leggett McCall. Also, we would like to thank Marvin Valdez, who had received a scholarship, and Adam Let's make sure we get Adam's name right. Adam Renke, and he is a program director for uaspire. So we want to thank them all, and congratulations to all the award winners today. I also would like to thank our sponsors of the show, which is Comstack, the Rochester, New Hampshire, the city of Rochester, New Hampshire, the city of Warwick, Rhode Island, the city of Hartford, Connecticut, and the Video Doorman. And this deal is done.